Knoxville, I think, is one of the most beautiful areas anywhere in the country.
We invite everybody to come to Knoxville. We are in the foothills of the Smokies. We have a very vibrant downtown. It's a great place to live, it's a great place to work, and it's a great place to play.
The city now offers basically 2 medical plans. There was a time when we had a smorgasbord of different wellness programs, and you could pick and choose, and people tend to pick the things they're already doing, and then take the rewards for the things they're already doing.
Gary's idea was let's do an all or nothing. We're going to have the My Health plan, we're going to have the medical only plan, and just we came up with real clear rules of these are the things that you have to do to be in the My Health plan.
Gary had a simple concept that he thought would work, is that if he got his employees healthier, then his healthcare cost would go down.
Really what I found to be most innovative in his program is this whole looking at the wellness and the health of his employees from a work and safety aspect, and also from a lifestyle and medical insurance kind of aspect as well.
We're seeing lives changed, people losing weight, getting their diabetes under control. We're seeing reduction in work injuries.
One of the very first years that we introduced some of the things that we've introduced, we had identified 40 diabetics who didn't know they were diabetic. We had 3 employees that first year go from seeing the health coach who scheduled them directly to see a cardiologist, and then within 2 or 3 days they were on the operating table. Some of those people feel like we saved their life, and some of them it's possible that we may have.
Actually, I'm diabetic, type 2 diabetic, and the yearly physicals and assessments is what caught it before it actually had time to get really bad. So I credit the health program for that.
And because of those screenings, we have found conditions that either had existed and weren't found before, or that could exist, that we were able to treat employees and prevent some serious issues.
I've been doing this now for 2 years, and of course I lost 135 pounds.
At one time I weighed 425 pounds, and me losing a whole person 225 pounds, I'm able to stay up longer, I'm able to interact with my kids, and I'm able to breathe right and not snore at night, because it was really it's pretty bad. I actually saved my life doing this.
We're taking those same resources that we have in our health program and also using those on the workers' compensation side and blending the things together, and it's made a big difference. We've much improved our workers' compensation program, the treatment of injuries.
Went down here at the center that they told me I needed therapy, so they had put me to therapy up here. The therapy helped me tremendously. After I had my therapy, I had to be honest, I felt better than I did before I hurt myself.
I was trying to arrest a suspect and ended up getting in a fight with him, and broke my ankle in 3 places, and went through extensive therapy, and was able to come up here and go through the strength and conditioning program and kind of get myself back where I needed to be.
I was Swiftwater rescue training and tore my shoulder up pretty bad, and I had to have surgery, and I came up here and did the strength training and got it to where I could go back to work.
They've got the resources now to really help you get yourself back on the job a lot quicker.
He's just thinking proactively as how to save the city money and how to get more out of what we can with fewer funds, and the private sector's doing that, and the public sector has to do that as well, and I think Gary thinks that way.
Whether it's picking up things from Public Risk Magazine, calling up someone that I've come to know because they were a member of Prima and I got to know them from meetings, or maybe just reading about them and pick up the phone and call them. That sharing of information and sharing of ideas is really critical to being successful. There's no way that on my own I'm going to come up with all the ideas that I need to make our programs work. I have to steal from other people, and that's what Prima's all about.
Not only does Gary get along well with his peers in city government, again, whether that be the executive or the legal or city council, I think he also has a good working relationship with his peers in the industry.
He really needs to cultivate a good relationship with administration, and administration can change every 4 years, not to mention with both the fire chief and the police chief. Those are important positions, and we need to make sure that all those people are on board. And Gary does a really great job about managing that and making sure that everybody's aware of why it's important to look at the risk side of things and why we need to make sure that we're following safety guidelines and things like that.
I think Gary is very conscientious. He tries to do what's best for the city and the employees and try to keep it reasonable for the city, but not at the expense of the employees' health.
He is extremely passionate about the health and safety of the employees at the city. Sometimes I think that it's actually detrimental to his own health, because when you see him just get passionate and red-faced, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I gotta check his blood pressure here, because he's just so intense.
Thanks to Gary, the city is doing really well financially in terms of the costs associated with health and risk management, and our employees are healthier. So I don't know how you can be better than that.
The principles that he's used can be replicated other places. It just takes determination, it takes a willingness to make the change, and it takes that communication aspect.
It means a lot to have the recognition and feel like it's been worth it, and the hard work has been worth it. But again, there's also the humility of knowing that this award is specifically to me, and there are a lot of other people who made me look good.
Well, Gary's a bulldog. I mean, he knows what he wants to do, and he goes after it and gets it done.
Gary is very proactive in terms of making sure that he's looking out for not only the city, but he looks out for the employees.
Well, Gary is dogged in his pursuits of this, but he's also a good person to work with.
It makes it more pleasant to come to work when you have a boss that you like and enjoy being around on a day-to-day, basis.
He's just a remarkable guy, he really is.